think we have a unique perspective, maybe just because we've seen it from a different seat than everybody else. It was 17, 18 years ago that we moved here, and immediately the next day, we started construction on the Broussard campus. So we've seen the Broussard campus, part of the Lafayette campus, and then coming to Opelousas. And Opelousas started really out of a small group that was meeting in Opelousas from some leaders who were attending the Lafayette campus. It was Tommy and Susan Badon, and they were always great leaders in our church, and they were like, we need a campus in Opelousas. So I told Pastor Jacob, I said, the Badon family is bugging the fire out of us about starting a campus in Opelousas. I mean, what do you want? What do you want me to do? And as only Pastor Jacob would do, he, man of God, just tell him, if they'll all start driving down and serving, we'll start something in a year. And the next Sunday, here comes a line of about 40 people from Opelousas that didn't even attend our church. And they're going to go through Go Track. And a few Sundays later, you're seeing them usher.
They started asking for different pastors, who's going to come? Can we have this one? No. Can we have this one? No. And they said, well, we really would like you and Heidi to stay as our pastors. And you told them what?
I said, that will never happen.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah. But the more we drove up there and the more we spent time with those people, I mean, it's the greatest people in the world. And we started feeling the burden that they were feeling because Opelousas was in a desperate state. And we would drive the neighborhoods and we would drive through Opelousas and just in our hearts and to one another said, somebody's got to do something.
I did meet with a pastor that was here in town that had been established here for a very long time. And he was telling me all the statistics. Half the people in Opelousas are below the poverty line. Annual income, $20,000 a year. 75% of babies born in Opelousas General are born to a single mama. And just telling all the stories. And I said, what do you think is the solution? And he said, the real problem with Opelousas is there hasn't been a lead church in the community. That's the problem. And I walked out and said, okay, then we've got to do something. Pastor Jacob says, the future belongs to those who can see what others can't see and have hope where others have none. And just coming in to be able to see what others can't see and to have hope where others have none is a rallying point, at least for people's ears to be open. And of course, we know that the real answer is Jesus.
We've got a generation of young people in our nurseries and in our children's church. And I've talked with many mamas about this. The exciting thing is that those children and those babies are going to grow up and they're going to be pillars in our church. And they're never going to know anything else than what they see right now. They're not going to know that it used to be black and white. They're not going to know there was a divide between rich and poor. They're not going to know that. We're creating and we're building a new normal that these children are going to grow up and be adults and go, we never knew any other way. It's not for us that we're not excited about getting into a new building for us. We're so excited about getting into a new building for our people, for them who's worked so hard, who's sacrificed, who's given, who's labored, who's stood and believed and prayed, and for these people in this community to walk into a brand new facility that they're going to be so proud of. Mm-hmm. That's what we're excited about. I cannot wait for that day to come.
Personally, whether it's in ministry, when it's a fight, we know it's God. We fought to get the land. Yeah. I mean, that was a fight. And then all the moves that the church has had to make from WCA, Delta Grand, Civic Center, now Opelousas High School. Yeah. And it's all been part of the journey.
And none of that came easy. None of it did.
No, it's still not easy. But I can say our experience with God is that it's always worth it in the end. And this is our opportunity to leave a legacy.